Yeah. Don't know if we're live yet. Hit the button, go live. And then there's always like a few moments where I don't know if I'm live or not. But I think we're live now. Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm Sam Lazarus, creative director for Rokoko. And here we are with another Rokoko office hours. If you haven't been here before, this is an hour or two when we're live. We're here. We're talking about workflow issues in the chat. We're going over mocap things, Rokoko mocap things, other mocap things, other fun, creative, weird, CG stuff, wherever the office hours takes us. And today we are going to be, I've been spending a lot of time in Unreal. So we're going to be going back into Unreal. I'm finishing up a series of tutorials it's become. And today I thought one of the great things that I've kind of figured out and that we're including in the new workflows is these offline options to retarget facial motion capture. In the past, for whatever reason, maybe just because we didn't figure it out, or I don't know, the resources online are also difficult when it comes to facial motion capture blend shapes and transferring them between characters. But it used to be that we kind of recommended live streaming and recording the facial motion capture as you live stream it into Unreal. But instead, what we can do is we can use pre-recorded facial motion capture assets that we make, and then we can use them as like utility assets. We can throw them on any character that is equipped with facial blend shapes, even when, they're doing mocap that had nothing to do with the facial mocap that we recorded, right? So we can basically add blinks, we can add facial ticks, we can add little bits of animation, kind of idle animation, to any of our any of our recordings. So yeah, and so what I did first of all, so we're gonna do this through two methods. The first way we're gonna do it is we're gonna go through the Metahuman animator workflow. So you can use Metahuman animator with the SmartSuit Pro 2, SmartSuit Pro behind us. We're not even making body mocap today. I've already made some that we're gonna use. We're gonna be using this, which is Rokoko's new head rig, facial motion capture rig. Super great. These are all shipping and should have arrived or going out to people who place pre-orders. We're going to use this to record facial motion capture, and then we're going to bring that into Unreal and kind of use it on multiple models and characters. And so we can either use the Rokoko facial motion capture solution, which is built into Rokoko Studio. No, hold on. I just want to make sure am I? Are we live? Yeah, we should be. I never know. But yeah, we can use either Rokoko's facial motion capture solution, or we can use Unreal's Metahuman animator for the Metahuman specifically. And Metahuman animator and the quality of facial motion capture you can get for the Metahumans is crazy. It's easily the best facial motion capture you can get on the market right now. It only works with Metahumans though. So if you're not using a Metahuman, if you're using a different character with facial mocap, then using the Rokoko facial mocap system works. But anyway, I've already gone in and I've recorded just some general kind of like idles. So you'll see this is just like me looking, squinting. I kind of go and maybe I do like some scared faces too. Let me see. Can I skip ahead? No. But yeah, it's gonna be some smile. Yeah, so just a variety of emotions. And I've already gone and I've sent that over to my computer from my phone. So that was using the Live Link app on my phone, which is how you do Metahuman animator. So what we're going to do is we're going to process that first because it takes a little while. Once that's processing, we're going to jump into Rokoko Studio and we are going to, take a look at doing some facial. We're going to record some facial motion capture. Here you can see here. Record this sort of thing. because we can use this as well. And I'm going to show you the best way to import this data into Unreal from Rokoko Studio. which isn't like it has been possible, but I don't, you know, certainly in the workflow videos that we're going to be releasing next week, it's the clearest way that I've found to do it so far. So, okay, let's go to Unreal and let's bump up a new project, baby. Let's go. I'm going to create a new project template in my dirty folder structure here. 23:11:02 office hours offline face cap. And I'm actually going to, should I put, yeah, oh, here, let's go to desktop, live link, face, office hours. Let's put this in raw. Okay. So now let's go, and we got a new project. We're just going to create a blank project with ray tracing on. We're going to change the location, excuse me for my burp, to my Unreal folder. We're going to call this offline face cap. Create. So, and again, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go through, we're going to process our Metahuman animator facial motion capture data. Then we're going to make Rokoko facial motion capture data, and at the end we're going to pull it all together in Sequencer, make some nice little pretty pictures. If anybody is out there, could you hit the chat? Just say hi in the chat. Testing. Testing. Because sometimes I can't tell if I'm live or not, and I'm stuck in a limbo. So hopefully I'm live. The amount of times that I start a live stream and I am not live. Sasha, thank you. Okay, I'm not going crazy. Let me know if the music is too loud or anything. Okay, so here we've got a Alberto. What's going on, man? I have been doing so much stuff in the new control rig. Your control rig is amazing. Reality jump, what's going on? The slaving function. Oh my god. I'm just finishing up that tutorial. Just need to finish the Metahuman one. Going out next week. Oh, it's so next level. So great. Okay, so we are in a new Unreal 5.3 projecto. We're going to do a couple things right off the bat. We have to go to plugins, and we have to turn on the Metahuman plugin, because when we're using Metahuman animator, we need to enable the Metahuman plugin, because that's where we're going to do all the stuff. And yeah, you know, some of this is processor GPU intensive, so hopefully it won't screw with the stream, but it might, and that's just something that we will live with. It just is. Oh my god, Alberto, I have been going crazy. I'm like a convert, man. I am like Unreal. I'm in Unreal. I've forgotten how to use Cinema 4D. It's not true, but okay, so let's go, and we're gonna do a Metahuman folder, and in this we are going to go to actually what we're gonna do is right click, go to Metahuman animator, and we need to go to capture data, and we're gonna call this iPhone footy. Open it up. So again, remember, I have already downloaded am I in the right place? I gotta remember how to do this now every single time I do this. Device class. Do I start with a capture source? iPhone. Yes, capture source. You know, there's like a bunch of steps to go through for this, but capture source is what we're going to start with. Create a capture source, live link face archives, 3 dots, storage path. We're going to go find our, remember, this is what we sent over, this folder, which actually if we go to it, let's go to it, and I'll show you what's in here. But this has a bunch of different things that are, you know, when you're exporting from Metahuman Animator from the app, you hit save, and it saves this bundle of assets, files, and this is where you navigate to, that folder, right? And there we go, save. Then we're actually going to go to Window and go to, or no, Tools, and we go to Capture Manager. And if we have iPhone here, this is what we loaded in. Hopefully this all works. iPhone. Am I going to have to look this up as no, iPhone. Ugh. Save. Live link face archives. And it should just pop up here. I'm probably doing something right. Oh, restart now. Gotta do a restart. Nope, no, you can use the updated software if you have a Smart Suit Pro 1. There is a lot of changes that have happened between the 1 and the 2. We pushed a lot of firmware updates that have significantly improved mocap quality, which we were able to do to Smart Suit Pro 2s. But you can still use things like elevation tracking. It should still work as good as it would have worked in Legacy. Damn it, okay. What's going on here? I might need to re-download this. So I think it didn't zip properly. Okay, let's go to, hold on. Gotta go to my iCloud. It's very painful for me to get things from my iPhone. To my PC. It's incredibly frustrating. Okay, 2 minutes. 2 minutes and 5 seconds. This really should be showing up though. So it's also possible that mesh Metahuman Animator. I'm doing something wrong, but my guess is because of the way I brought over my assets, it's not working. So Metahuman Animator. Capture source. iPhone. It is a live link face archive. Yep. Okay. That's, I think I should do that. Then tools. Capture manager. It's got iPhone in here, but it just doesn't see. Why doesn't it see the slate? Should be slate 35. Interesting. I'm probably just missing something silly, or it doesn't work in 5.3 yet. Is that possible? Have I not done it in 5.3? Or do I need to update my plugin? No. Sorry, y'all. Slow start. I cannot imagine it's not working. No, it says it's updated. So maybe it was the download situation. We'll see. Hold on. Let's see. And then in the meantime, maybe I'll go back to 5.2, which would be a bummer. I've been in 5.3. It's been great for me. I don't think I've been benefiting from anything specifically, but I feel like it's nice just to be in the new program and have it be working well. Sorry, I'm downloading. This is what I tried. This is why we started a little bit late. It's because I was trying to do this pre. Downloading. Okay, well, let's get rid of this in the meantime. And then let's go. Yeah, look. I mean, all this looks good. It's possible some of these got damaged or something. Look at this guy. Look at how dumb I look when he frees a... Oh, cool. I didn't know that you could play. But this is the video content. But then alongside the video, there's all this depth data from the iPhone, which is why you have to use Metahuman Animator with an iPhone. But it's I transferred it weird, so it's like possible I didn't do it right. I bet that's what it was. I hope. Or it doesn't work in 5.3, or it's buggy in 5.3, which is also possible. Which would be confusing and a bit of a bummer. So, okay, you can't see this because it's offline, but I'm going to go to my downloads. This is it right here. This is the .zip. So let's pull this to my desktop. Let's extract here. Okay, so this is like the proper one. So let's try this. iPhone. It is a live link archives. Let's paste. Save. Okay, so interesting. So essentially what I had screwed up is when you're in Metahuman Animator, you can you finish your recording, right? You have a live thing, you record your face, and then if you go to this little thing at the bottom left here by my pinky, there's like a little search button, and then you have all your different recordings, and then you can open your recording, and there's a little save button. You probably can't see it on the screen, but it's in the top left over here, and then you can save it to your phone in a .zip. And instead of using the .zip, I just went right into the app's files, grabbed it, and so I didn't do it. So I've had good results with Metahuman Animator. I find that it depends on you. Sometimes you have to I try to have, we'll see. It's not, I think it could be a little further out, unfortunately, would be better, but I've still gotten all the results that I've needed without clipping. I just try to have it like this. So here, let's add this to queue. Let's see. I think also like Metahuman Animator is not foolproof, especially with a beard. But that being said, no, I do think this could be a little bit further out. But I think it's perfectly usable. I think we'll get fantastic results right here. But we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. That could be a valid criticism for sure. I hope it's not causing big problems for people. I do think also, like, what I found is Metahuman Animator, even when I've recorded it on a tripod, like, if you have a beard, it can be a little wonky, but then getting the teeth fit and stuff can be a little weird, so it's like not 100% for me. But it could be on this too. But let's see. That's why we do office hours, baby. Okay, so our capture tool is in. Now we're going to go back to Metahuman Animator, and we are going to create a Metahuman identity. And we're going to call this Meta Ident and open it up. And then we are going to go to create components from footage. Open it up. We're going to get some laggies here for sure. Yeah, Alberto, exactly. Adjustable for... I would like to have the ability to add weights if we're going to make it adjustable. I think because we didn't want to add weights, we wanted to keep it light, which meant we had to, I imagine, keep it a little bit shorter. But it is what it is. Okay, so there we go. This looks great. And we need to go find a neutral pose. The way that I do it is I do my neutral pose and my teeth pose in every take that I do. So I do my neutral pose right before my teeth pose. I'm going to say right here, that looks very neutral. Hit plus. Promote it as the front view. Look at that. Does such a great job. It doesn't really love my beard, of course, but still, it does such a better job than it used to. Then we already did the track markers, active frame. We can already do... Let's go to body, actually, and just make me a normal weight male. Normal height. And then we go to Metahuman identity solve, baby. My eyes look a little like I'm glancing off to the side. Look at that beard. Look at what we got now. We go to this, mix view. It's a Sam. It's a Sam. Oh my God, my new GPU is crushing Unreal and it's so much better. Okay, so now what we can also do though is we can try to add a teeth pose. Let's try it. So we go back to poses. No, we go back to neutral pose. Actually, we go to poses, add pose. Oh, nope. Neutral pose, add pose. Nope, we got to do that after. We did the metahuman. Okay, we did the metahuman identity solve. Then we do mesh to metahuman. We only need the skeletal mesh, so we don't need to generate a metahuman from this. We just want the animation. So I'm going to select the first one. In theory, that should be a little bit less heavy. They were shipping beginning of October, and they are all going out for sure, Sasha. Yeah. You might be able to, if you reach out to support@rokoko.com, they might be able to give you a time on when yours will arrive. I know that they went out on like a first come, first serve basis, and so yours still might be going out. Apologies. Yeah. They started shipping the first week of October. Sorry that you haven't gotten yours yet. That sucks. I don't know. You might be able to get a timeline from support@rokoko.com with your order number. I try that. Autosave, the bane of all existence. It's not critical, but you want to start playing with it. I know the feeling. Autosave, autosave. Woe to me. Autosave, autosave in the middle of streamy. So there we go. It's finalizing. And it's thinking. And it's working. Done. Okay. So now we can try and do a teeth pose. So we go back to poses. We go to add pose, add teeth. And we can go back in our timeline. And that's how I've been doing my teeth pose. Kind of like that. Hit plus. I think. Yeah, here are my teethies. Fit teeth. This sometimes doesn't work for me. Looks like it's working this time. Sometimes it just doesn't. I think probably having good light. This is quite a light video. As you can see, I'm doing it with like a lot of light in the room. Probably helps. The fit teeth thing has been a hit or miss. Okay, prepare for performance. Prepare for performance. Hit it. This is the one that takes a little bit of time. So, we can kind of let this go. Oh no, this one doesn't. It's the Metahuman performance itself that does. And I've got a fun Metahuman we're going to put this on. Jinxie. But in the meantime, we can go and it's training. Yeah, so let's go and let's record in Rokoko Studio some facial motion capture. So let's go to in here. Okay, so I'm going to record some facial mocap, and we are not even going to use a body. Cyan or Cian, I'm not sure. That might be on the website in the FAQ or something. I know that we have them in stock, so we don't have the old kind of delays that we had at one point. So in theory, it should go out within 2 days and be there in 2 weeks. That's what it should be now. I think that's what it is. Okay, let's throw this guy back on. I'm gonna throw in my iPhone. I'm gonna jump onto the same Wi-Fi network as my computer. So let's do that. There we go. Now if I go into my face capture app on my iPhone, you can see, ooh, we're on the same Wi-Fi network. So this just pops up, connect. I get a prompt on here, allow, bing, 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 bing. And you can see our face is working. So I'm gonna record a clip just like this, basically. And it's just gonna be idles. Again, we're recording things that can be put onto other... Oh. Sometimes boots me because it's like, this Wi-Fi network isn't connected to the internet. Yeah, so we're gonna record just some generic idles here. So let's do it. Let's record. Ugh. Okay. Oh, and we just need to unpair our smart suit. We need to unpair our smart gloves so that we can record, right? Because if we have inactive hardware on our actor, it won't record. Okay. There we go. Just a little something. Oh, did the stream go down for a second? Sometimes it'll do that. But here we go. Clip 9. Nope. Here we go. Clip 1. We got a bunch of facial motion capture here. So this, we're going to export and bring into Unreal. And we're going to be able to put it on characters. And we just need a little bit of movement. And maybe we'll make some of these free as well. We will, actually, as we keep going. So let's go back to Unreal, see how we're doing. Training, 92%, so we're still figuring it out. And I might open up a fresh Unreal project and have 2 going at the same time and really try and break my computer to see if we can do this all at once. So this, I mean, the difference here, obviously, right? This is going to be higher quality than what we just did in Rokoko Studio than this. This is limited to 52 blend shapes, the Apple AR kit. It's not anything too fancy, but you can get good emotion out of it, and it can be very useful, and it's real time, and we can use it immediately, right? It just recorded. It's good to go. If we, like, especially for lower fidelity characters, it really can do the trick. So this finished. Yes, Android is actually coming. We have a solution coming for Android. It's actually coming. 2024, new year. Yeah, I've said that before, but this time it is. I've seen it start working. So we have it. It's a new unit. It's got a built-in camera in it, and it connects to your Android. And it's very lightweight. We're still finishing it up. So, yeah. Can't do the single eyebrow pose, I know. Yeah, I know. Only multi-eyebrows. Okay, but there we go. We're done. We have prepared this for performance, which means now we need to actually do a performance. So, you can see here's my Metahuman ident. And I'm going to go grab a Metahuman later. But for now, we can do our Metahuman performance. Meta perform. On the little bad Metahuman that it created for us here. So, capture data. There we go. Metahuman. This is the Metahuman ident. Look at this. And we are going to need to process this before it'll start playing. So yeah, let's do it. Let's slow down this whole computer system. Actually, no, this shouldn't, because we should be able to see this. No, so this we should be able to watch, and it shouldn't be too long. Ooh, I probably shouldn't have saved. But we can actually watch this happening in real time, and because I've got a new GPU... Oh, I thought we'd be able to watch it in real time. Apparently not. But it's processing, so I'm just gonna let it do its thing. Normally you can see it over here being in motion while this plays out. Oh, there we go. Look at this. So I think the beard kind of messes it up a little bit. But hot damn, you can get good results from Metahuman Animator. I mean, already, you just have so much little emotion, so many little crinklies, little skinnies. And I don't know, I mean, I'm getting, this seems to be a pretty great result from the head rig. iPhone 13 mini. We're not seeing a ton of the feedback because it's lagging. Don't autosave right now, bro. But those little, oh my god. And I actually have the perfect place to use this. I know exactly how we're going to use this. I've been playing around. One thing that I've been wanting to record is, God, I'm loving Unreal. Alberto, I am being such an Unreal little fanboy these days. It's crazy. I'm started to understand it, I think. And I mean, I'm just using the path tracing so much. The path tracing is just great. The exponential fog volume is just great. That thing is incredible. It's just, that alone is just so great for Unreal. That being said, I'm still, it is such a stage, and I love that analogy that Unreal is a stage. It's the theater stage, right? It's where you bring the actors, it's where you bring the props to show them. It's the movie theater. You don't make the movie in the movie theater, right? You don't do your character makeup in the movie theater where you screen it. No. That's where you show the final thing. That's where you bring the final assets, where you show everything. That's the nice way to show it. And that's really what Unreal is still. There's so many little things that I want to do, just like that I could do in cinema or in Blender, and I can't do in Unreal, but then the good things about Unreal are so great, and so it's been it's fun though. It's crazy what you can do. It's really, that exponential height fog is just unbelievable. Okay, we're gonna get to some exciting emotions on this face, I think, now. By exciting, I just mean normal. But the nice thing is that with something like this, where it's just blinking, oftentimes that's all you need for a character's face, right? You don't need a lot of them to be doing things when they're walking. You just need blinking. So one thing that I've noticed. Nice, Ryan. This thing is so amazing. One thing I've noticed though is that the one thing I have had problems, and this is regardless of whether or not it's on the head rig or on a tripod, is getting my teeth into the right freaking place. Now this might not show up on a metahuman that way, but I imagine there's some way to shift to the jaw a little bit. I think if I had put actually the camera a little bit lower, because with the head rig you can adjust it. Yeah, so you can see I'm getting a ton of gum, but maybe that's right. I don't know. It's too much gum. I do get this problem consistently. It depends. Sometimes I haven't gotten it, but you can see that the mouth closes perfectly. I think I could have just moved the camera down so that my mouth is more in the center of this frame. Might help. The beard will mess it up, but I've gotten it with other things too. You can see it's just too high. But sometimes I think because the beard, the depth of my lip, like it's measuring depth, and so the beard is actually an extrusion off of my face, kind of. You have a beard, Alberto? Yeah, of course you do. You have a big old beard, don't you? And we're done processing, and we're done. Looks good. So I'm going to, on the transform track, well, we can disable the transform. We don't want actually the head moving around. We just want the facial animation. This looks so cool. Okay, let's export this. Export animation. Let's export it to my content. And Metahuman facial animation should be interchangeable. I don't believe that there's any quality difference in me, because if I downloaded a Metahuman, I could have done this directly onto that Metahuman, but you can swap facial animation between Metahumans, so I don't think that it would have made a difference. What matters is the preparation of my model, not we're in the performance asset, right? It's in the Metahuman identity asset that will affect the quality of your animation and the tweaks you do there. And you can see here, look, if we can now go to content, look, let's open up our performance. That totally looks like me, actually. It's creepy deepy. Wow. Oh, come on. It looks freaking amazing. Okay, so this looks perfect to me. Oh, God, it's so good. Okay, let's grab a Metahuman. I just want to do this. I just want to play with Metahumans. I don't even want to do the other stuff. It looks so good. It looks so cool. Okay, let's go. Local. Metahumans. Jinxie. Let's add her. And we are going to do a whole Metahuman workflow here, baby. We are about to put her head onto another character's body. This is all coming out in our tutorial that I've been banging my head up against and finding. Every time I think I'm done with this Unreal tutorial, I find out some new way of doing something. Metahuman. Boom. Jinxie. Let's open up her blueprint. Let's set the LOD sync to 0, which will, it's going to kickstart some shaders into compiling, and we're going to have to restart our project. I don't think you can see it, but because this is a widescreen, but you can see over here, boop, I got a bunch of errors come in. LOD sync, let's change this to 0. This just guarantees that they'll perform at the highest quality. Enable missing, enable missing, enable missing. Hey, your project needs a restart. Restart now. Putting Metahuman heads on characters that use the UE5. Bro, I got a method for it. That's a big old cheat. And Alberto, you can I'm curious to know what you think, but it's very simple. I think. We'll see. We shall see. Yeah. Okay. Look at this Jinxie. Look at this Jinxie. Jinxie cat, where are you? Go to the viewport. Okay, so one thing that happens... Oh, she looks weird. She needs some hair. One thing that happens to me a lot is that I need to re-import my metahumans because the hair does not come in properly these days. Some bug. There's always some bug, baby. If I re-import scanning existing assets, it's going to re-add it. We shouldn't have to do another restart, but you'll see that the hair is going to properly attach. I mean, I'm sure I could fix this by going into the groom assets and compiling them and saving them or re-adding them or whatever. I just find it's easier to just re-import my model, and you'll see this will fix it. Look, she's got hair now. Should have hair. Interesting, she's got the wrong hairdo. But still, this will work. Okay. Let's go, and we're going to add in some motion capture. So whenever we add Rokoko motion capture, we need to go add the third person pack. We need to get a UE4 skeleton in our project, which is not there by default, although it kind of is by default. Yeah, it's kind of cool hair. It's going to give problems with the path tracer, though, those heavier hairs. They don't render correctly, the LOD0 hairs from the Metahumans, I find. Let's create a folder called Mocap, and we are going to import some motion capture. So the way that you import Mocap into Unreal, and again, this is all coming in our tutorial that we have coming out. But we need to export here. Let's actually do the export of our facial motion capture. Whenever we're exporting Mocap from Rokoko Studio to Unreal, we need to open it up, face cap, rename it. We need to select body mesh, face, FBX. We need to override skeleton mesh, Unreal Engine 4. And then I like to include reference pose and extract root motion. You don't have to do that, I don't think, but I do. Then we go and select a place to save it and export it. And because we're exporting it on that UE4 skeleton, we're going to add a UE5 skeleton option soon. When we import, we're going to open up. We can open up multiple clips at once. When we import it, we go to skeleton. We have to go find the SK mannequin skeleton. This is the Unreal Engine 4 skeleton. We're going to go to import morph targets because we're importing facial mocap. Use T0 as ref pose, and import animations. Import all, and you'll see this is so clean and great how this works. Only took me 3 years to figure out how all this works. 2 years. It's going through, it's batch importing everything, which is really nice. And look, we have our mocap on the UE4 skeleton. Looks really good, no foot sliding, looks really clean, looks great. And you can see we also have, this is a facial motion capture take, and here are all the facial blend shapes here. And if we go, we want to see them, we can change our preview mesh to, what is this? This is Gorilla, it's called. If we change the mesh, now we can actually see these blend shapes in action. So that's great. We're not going to deal with that right now because we're doing metahuman stuff. So for metahumans, we have all of this on Unreal 4 skeletons. But for metahumans, we need to get it all onto Unreal Engine 5 skeletons. So to do that, we'll go into characters, we'll go into mannequins. That starter pack that we downloaded had a rig, a retargeting IK rig in it that transfers 4 to 5 animation. You see if we open up these animations, look. Transfers really accurately. Boom. Looks good. So let's select all of our mocap animation. Export selected. And export it to our mocap folder. And basically, this is just, now we have all of our mocap on 5s as well as 4s. Which means it goes natively onto our Metahuman. So, speaking of Metahumans, let's go grab Jinxie. The LOD sync seemed to have kicked off, so I'm going to open up her blueprint and change the LOD sync to 0 again. Compile. And that just way her hair won't like disappear when we get far away from her. Let's save all. And what we can do is let's go put some animation on her that doesn't have facial mocap, and then we can add the animation that we recorded earlier, and we can throw that on any metahuman when it's doing anything in sequencer, right? So we can have this utility animation of blinks and looks for metahumans that we can just keep, and then we can load that onto metahumans whenever we just need them to have a little bit of life in their face, which that just looking and blinking, that does. So if we go create a new level sequence, metas, and we add our kill player start, add our Jinx. She's going to come in with these control rigs. We're going to delete them to start. And the first thing we'll do is under face, let's go to animation. Oh, do we need to actually record it onto her face? I thought we didn't. So we might need to, though. Okay, interesting. So that's good to know. Because here's this performance. This should transfer. Interesting that it doesn't. So maybe we'll go through and we'll do it again for her. No, wait. You wait. It should. They all kind of use the same base scale. Yeah, that could be it. Skeletal mesh. We go and... yeah, see, it pops up. Let's go and make this mesh compatible with... I think the easiest way to do this, honestly, is to go to our metahuman performance and just reprocess it. Face archetype. You're probably right. I'm just going to do it this way because I want... oh, I can't. She doesn't show up. Oh, so I might have to. Okay, hold on. This just worked right off the bat last time for me. Is it because she's female and I'm male? That's so bizarre. You can try making it... well, we'll be able to see right here. Okay, so we needed to make that compatible with. So I opened up my my skeletal mesh that I used for Metahuman Animator, and then I went to the skeleton and I made it compatible with the face archetype skeleton. I guess we don't know if this will work yet until I hit play on sequencer, but it looks like it's working. I like to save a lot. If they aren't the same. Okay, yeah, there they are. So there we go. Now we have this animation on our character. So freaking awesome. It is using the track, but that should go away when we add body animation, which we can do. Which again, because we retargeted our mocap onto those UE5 skeletons. It should show up here. Oh, but we got to do the same thing. We got to go to our UE5. Interesting. And make it compatible. Huh. Metahumans. Jinx. Yeah, Skelk. I didn't think you'd have to do it for that, though. That's bizarre. Body. Skeleton. Compatible skeletons. Make it compatible with the UE5, not the UE4 skeleton. Save. You got to go through. You got to make all the stuff compatible. And now, it should pop up. Yep, boxing. Oh. I think I know how to fix this. So here we have. Oh. It's always something, man. It just never works perfectly. The dreaded floating head. I know that's probably just a little bug. Okay, let's put her back in. Okay, there we go. We got the boxing. Bada boom, bada bing. Now let's go back to our content browser. And let's go back to our performance. And this time, oh, is it not processed anymore? We're going to disable. Let's process it again. I'm sure that I could go into the. Well, I've already clicked process, so now I'm going to let it do its thing. But when you hit export, you can disable the neck motion track. So that's just, we just need to do that. But again, in theory, it's like once you've done this once and you have this utility file, you just have this animation you can transfer between projects whenever you need facial mocap for Metahuman, which I think is really a clever little way to get around kind of having blank Metahuman faces. I've been wanting to use Metahumans, and then they're blank faces, which isn't very compelling, but just like these little blinks, these little, subtle movements, I think will go a long way. So we're going to wait and let it process. You can see it moving down there at the bottom. It's slow. It's slow. But that's okay. That's okay. It does look cool, though. What else? Should we look at what else is going on in the world? Let's go to the YouTube channel. Let's check it out. Yeah, so we did just put out 2 weeks ago. We put out this a whole video on just cleaning up motion capture and kind of the best way to do that. I actually have had a bit of a revelation in terms of trying to get better walking animation from Rokoko. One thing that Rokoko weirdly has always struggled with, unfortunately, is just walking. Like it can really does well on any sort of movement or walking that is affected, that is stylized, that is evil, that is scared, that is skipping, that is injured. Like it loves that. But just like a base walk across the room, you can get these little things where it pulls your hip down a little bit and it looks a little funky. And one way to fix that I've been finding is if we go to impatiently sitting, so this looks really good. I think I already did it on this one. But essentially what I'm doing is I'm going in, and even though the foot contacts on here look correct, and they are correct, what you can do is if you're getting a little twitchy, if you're getting a little hip movement that is pulled down every single, you can kind of see it. See that? We can just go through, and even though it's not proper, just shorten every single keyframe of that section, and we're going to end up with feet that are a little bit more floaty. It's a bit of a trade-off. You get floatier feet slightly, but if you're not focusing on the feet, I think it's fine. I'm willing to live with it. But then the rest of the animation just looks a little bit smoother. And we'll see, actually. You know, it's different every time, and I'm live, so I'm sure this will look terrible somehow. But I've kind of been doing this little hack of not even looking and just shortening every keyframe. We might turn this into a filter or something. Let's go back and play it again. That looks worse, so I don't know. Don't listen to me. It depends on what you're doing. Sometimes that can make things look better. I would undo all that, though. It looked good before. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, let's close this. Getting close. Getting close. And then we're going to put this mocap onto Jinx, and we're going to put it onto another character's body. And maybe we will use this G2 mech. Offline face cap. Let's add this character. Yeah, I think this method though of shortening all the keyframes, it has been working for me. But it didn't work right then. So you know, it's all you gotta go with the flow. You gotta see whatever works in the moment. Rokoko, you need to go. You probably shouldn't force quit Rokoko because it's like saving to the cloud, but. We're processing, we're going, we're moving. Oh my gosh, this is when I look really scared. I also find that sometimes I feel like if you process it twice, it actually gets better the second time. Like the teeth fit thing, it seems like it's gone away a little bit this time. Lots of good compression in my brow that I'm not seeing on this character. Like little wrinkles and things. Maybe we'll see it on Jinxie Cat when we put it on her. Big smile. Lots of gum. See, that don't look right. Hi. Yeah. Just not a good smiler. Okay, we're almost done. What's the music doing? Okay, almost done. We're going to go to export sequence in a second. Export sequence. ASM performance. Save. Okay, here we go. Enable head movement. Oh, is that unchecked? Maybe it's unchecked by default because I disabled it as I processed it. Now we should be good to go in sequencer. We'll see though. Bum, 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 boom. Boom. Wow. Okay, sequencer. So we got boxing. And let's say we wanted to add facial mocap to that. There we go. Look, you can just see the blinks. It just adds so much. Let's say for boxing, if we wanted to like move the facial animation. This is like when she is struggling, kind of. Look at that. Oh, it looks so cool. Don't need the sky sphere. Control L. We're going to get rid of all of our lights. Don't need none of these lights. Environmental light mixer. Courtesy of, you know, I've been hanging out with that Willie Fauché, learning about Unreal, learning how to get those good lights. Yeah, that's right. I like to have almost nothing. Ooh! And then we add a little rect light. Oh my god, and then my biggest thing that I've been doing, go to editor preferences, turn on that arc ball rotation. Need that arc ball rotate. Ooh, free rotate. I will say Unreal has terrible movement systems for getting things around. Look at that smile. Path tracing, explode. Let's add a post-process volume. Let's make sure it's unbound. So it's infinite. Then we go to rendering. Samples per pixel, make it 400. Ultra dynamic sky, I know. Okay, that's what I'm going to do next. Yeah, that's what I've been seeing. And then you can do all those different options, right, for ultra dynamic sky. Look at this. Look at her. She looks so real. She looks so good. The hair is crazy. It's too vibrant, but I love all the freaking little tiny hairs and the neck and stuff. Ugh, looks so good. Okay. So let's say that we wanted to put this onto a character that had like a better body, right? For something like this. So let's go, and remember we downloaded that. Let's actually delete Jinx. And she's actually fine in here. It's weird that it deleted the... Where's her body? The torso is just like not there. Oh god. Delete. Let's add her back in. And this is how I have been doing this process of getting a metahuman body face onto a character. So I'm going to go and I'm going to create a clear material because we are hacky AF. That's how we do it, baby. Clear. And we set this to be translucent. Add a constant. Plug it into the opacity. We add a value of 0, means that anything this material is applied to has an opacity of 0, which means it's invisible. We actually have to go into her blueprint, Command E, and we'll go through and drag onto everything in here, the clear material. I'll go over here. You guys can't see it, but I'm going to legs, adding clear to that, going to torso, adding clear to that. There we go. Now for body, here's a little trick. I'm going to go and I have these image masks, opacity masks, that I'm just going to drag in to my project. And these are just, you'll see what they are. Here, let's open one up. It's just like this. Just an opacity mask. And what we can do is if we go to the face and we go to the synthesized material for the skin and we keep going down to find the original baked material, head baked, we keep going down, the first baked, you can find this in the content browser too, but we're trying to get to this material, right? If we make this a masked material instead and we add the opacity mask to it, apply, save, check out what we got going on here now. We have removed her neck. So now we're basically ready to throw this onto a character. She's still got some hairs there. That's kind of weird. But we'll leave it for now. Fuzz. You know what? I bet that we could actually make this masked as well. Maybe? Add the same mask to it? Will that work? No. That's something I haven't actually run into. It's because her neck is so freaking long. This character's a little bit weird. But anyway, let's just keep going as if it was gonna work. So I've got an Unreal 4 character here. Let's add to a scene. And we're gonna add that clear material to get rid of the head stuff, basically. Don't need the tears, don't need the teeth, don't need the eyes, don't need the eyelashes, don't need the head skin. And now look, we got a headless model here. And if we simply, you know it, add in a Metahuman, that looks pretty darn good. And now let's say we want to get this all animated and all working together. Well, what we can do actually is we can take the Metahuman and we can just drag it right on to this mesh and parent it to the head. And now we've got one unit. And if we go and we add this to our sequencer, again, it's all going to come in. We don't need this control rig. This is for the body of the Metahuman, right? We don't have any animation on the body, so we don't even need that, actually. We can delete that. Get rid of the control rig from the Metahuman face. For the body, we have those Unreal 4. It's compatible with Unreal 4 skeleton, so we just need to go in and we need to actually make the skeleton compatible. So we go to the skeletal mesh, we go to Window, Asset Details, which is this panel, Compatible Skeletons. Plus, we go and we find the SK Mannequin, which is the Unreal 4 skeleton. Save it. Now in Sequencer, we have access to all of the mocap animations that we did before. Here's the boxing one, for example. Boxing. And we can add in the face animation onto the face. Look at this. Maybe let's get rid of this chest armor. It should be fine, but maybe it'll look a little bit cooler. Go to the outliner, go to the details, go to clear. Yeah, so it's the chest armor. Also, if we want to simulate the physics, you can go to the physics tab of your character, simulate physics, and then uncheck it. If we leave it checked when we export, the ragdoll is gonna activate. But if we check it and uncheck it, it will activate it in the blue port, in the viewport. And now, look who we got. This looks, in my opinion, very good. Look at her. Looks freaking awesome. And again, if we want during the boxing scene, I did some like breathing. This looks weird. Something's going on with the peach fuzz here. Let's go to path tracing. So something is bizarre with the, maybe I can go and get rid of that though. Jinxie, hair, eyebrows. I would think it would be the fuzz. It's not the fuzz. Oh, it's the beard? Let's go into the blueprint. selector, Control E. Let's go to, she doesn't need a beard. I mean, she does because it looks really good with those little hairs. Hair. Fuzz. Peach fuzz. Let's go to clear instead. Maybe we need to do it in here. Weird. Can I just kill off the fuzz? Okay. So this is just some weird metahuman weirdness. Yeah, you make it visible in game, whatever. But again, she's boxing, right? And we want to change the face animation to have it be like, oh, I'm breathing hard. Or I'm even getting scared. You know, I'm smiling during that. Looks great. Oh, it looks so cool. Man, just having so much fun in Unreal. And look, we've got nice physics simulations going. Such a great workflow. And of course, we've got Alberto's control rig, so we can add a control rig to this really easily. And so the other thing that I'll do is oh, I'm so sad to delete you. We really don't need you. Let's hide them. We can keep them, I guess. Let's go and add the straight up G2, or we'll add the dude. How about we'll add the dude? No, we'll add the woman again. So we got this character. This character has facial blend shapes. So if we go in sequencer, pull this character in, and we just apply any mocap that we pulled in with blend shapes, they will automatically be added. Facial mocap with the body motion capture. So the facial mocap blend shape data gets automatically added as well when you apply an animation. So it does the skeleton data and it does the geo data, the blend shape data. But let's say I wanted to, and this is pretty basic. She's blinking, right? Again, this is recorded using the Rokoko mocap. But let's say that we wanted to instead have mocap where we didn't have facial blend shapes, like this waiting animation. Waiting, angry, no facial mocap, but like I do want some facial mocap on here, right? So what we can do, which is so simple, we just go to mocap, we go to our facial mocap anim. Again, if we go and change this preview mesh to something with the facial mocap on it, namely the Rokoko skeleton, facial mocap skeleton, right? You've got all of our animations here. We can go and straight up copy all these blend shapes and all this data, and as long as the character, the animation that we're going to, has ARKit blend shape. So again, we were doing weighting, right? Weighting. So if we play weighting, this is the animation that we were going to load in, right? But it didn't have any facial mocap. You can see there's no facial mocap on here. If we just go into curves and we just hit paste, guess what we got? We just transferred our facial motion capture. Pretty sure. Yeah, blinking. There we go. To this other take. And so now, if we go back into sequencer, we got facial mocap on this take. So this is really cool. It's great to be able to transfer. No, Alberto, it absolutely does not work for all situations. Most situations it doesn't, especially gaming situations. It's really messy in general. I mean, you have the entire body still there. What would be better is even to just take the face. I just like doing it that way because for me, like the body blueprint, oftentimes I can get the face with the hair back onto the face bit and everything, but like if I use the body where it's all assembled already and I just hide those things, then everything's ready to go. But it's very messy for sure. There's a bunch of other good tutorials out there for like, but they're all tough and you know, it's I'm just trying to move fast. But no, for more of a, what you would do normally, I would think, is you would get the skeletal mesh and you would, yeah, right, exactly, into another character's blueprint, and you would make a blueprint, right? You open up this blueprint here, or I don't know how to do this. If we an actor blueprint, right? We would just create a blueprint. We would create the body skeletal mesh for our, let's even try it. No, I don't want to do it. But yeah. The neck problem will still persist. Yeah, you mean that the neck won't be moving correctly. I've seen a couple things that kind of try to solve that, and it's messy. Yeah, it's just messy. So this is, you got to do what works for you, but this worked for me very well. Okay, well, we are going to call it there. Yeah, it'll be destroyed. It'll get like pulled weirdly and stuff like that. But man, I just think this looks so darn impressive. Looking good. Okay, well, we are going to call it there, everyone. And yeah, good to see y'all. It's super fun. Man, can't wait to just start. I'm doing so many renders. Doing some renders. Figured out a super slow-mo workflow. Man, so pumped. Super slow-mo. Unreal. Loving it. We'll get into that maybe some other time. Okay. See you, everyone. Thanks for joining. We'll see you on the next one next week. Bye-bye. Peace.